Hey, what's up, everybody? So this is another special sort of Kirblog. I'm mostly going to be talking about my crowdfunding campaign, but first, I want to make a couple announcements about my YouTube channel that I think might interest you, and then I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of the TOME Season 2 crowdfunding campaign thing. Yeah, so first of all, the month of May has just begun, and we've got a whole bunch of new content coming out, some special stuff that I'm kind of aligning specifically for this month, for the different things that I've been releasing every week. So first of all, for Tuesdays, Did You Know Voice Acting? May is going to be Marvel Month. I'm going to be putting out 3 episodes in a row for the next couple weeks that will all be Marvel themed, and the first one, which will be coming out on Tuesday, the 6th, is going to focus on Avengers characters specifically, and that I won't spoil what the following 2 episodes will be, but they'll all be Marvel themed. So I look forward to those in the next couple weeks. In addition to that, on Thursdays, we're going to be putting out, of course, more regular TOME rerun episodes. We've got episode 7, followed by short number 5, I believe, and then TOME episode 8, which will, of course, 7 and 8 will also have their respective commentary videos coming out on the official website in tandem with their part 2 releases to my YouTube channel on Thursdays. And then on Fridays, for Flashback Friday, that is, I'm going to be putting out all the parts of the Go Parody Rangers movie. So it's going to be Parody Rangers the movie month. I'm going to have all the pieces of that and some of the extra stuff in between, like the Ronaldo Rangers and Parody Rangers Turbo and some of that stuff. Everything kind of connected to that will all be out within this month. So look forward to that. And yeah, so that's the usual stuff. And then, of course, Kirblogs every Saturday, like this one today. So this one in particular, I'm going to be doing a little Q&A session, a faqua, as you might put it, for the TOME Season 2 crowdfunding campaign. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing, this is my very first attempt at doing a crowdfunding campaign for anything. I was thinking about it for a very long time, went over a lot of different things over the last year or so, even before I finished up the first season of TOME, my web series, and I've decided that I want to try giving this a shot. I wanted to see if I could raise a total of about $15,000 to raise a budget for doing the second season, which would consist of 6 episodes, all, like a TV show length, anywhere from like 15 to 30 minute long, generally half-hour time slot kind of animated episodes, 6 episodes in total. So yeah, I just came out with it this past Wednesday of this week, and in that time, we've reached well over, as when I'm recording this at the moment, we've reached well over a third of our goal, well over $5,000, which is fantastic, and I'm so appreciative of that. So I figured, since I've been getting a lot of questions from people on all, facets of on the crowdfunding campaign page itself, the YouTube video that I posted about it, the Facebook page, Twitter, Tumblr, etc. So I figured I'd take this opportunity to assemble some of those questions together and give you some answers about certain things, just to make it a little easier. So, so first thing, how long will this crowdfunding campaign be going for? I plan to have it run for at least a month, so all throughout the month of May. If it ends up going a little beyond that, maybe into June, that's fine. It doesn't necessarily have a cutoff point, but I'm looking to try and see if I can raise the budget within that month or so. So that's generally about that time. And on that same note, if because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I can't donate right away. I don't have the ability to. I don't have the money just yet. There's no rush. Perfectly fine. We got plenty of time. The month that this will be going on for is also just kind of the tentative sort of thing as well. And of course, the auctions, which I'll be talking about soon, will be going. They'll be happening across the whole month. So I mean, if you wanted to save your money until 100% for certain if you're going to be able to win any of those or not, if you plan on bidding, there's plenty of time, so no worries whatsoever. All right, next question. Why GoFundMe? And as in, why not Kickstarter? Why not Indiegogo? Why not start a Patreon? I thought about all those different options. I considered all of them, of course. The reason I decided to go with GoFundMe is because this is kind of a small scale project. Again, I said this in the video presentation, but to some people, $15,000 might sound like a lot. It's really not in the grand scheme of things for producing what I'm trying to produce. So GoFundMe is also very beneficial because they don't take a cut of the earnings. The difference between that and other sites like Kickstarter or Indiegogo is that they actually take a percentage of what you make, and that has to do with the fact that because they're such big name sites, people think of them. They think of the word Kickstarter for crowdfunding campaigns first and foremost, of course. So part of the appeal of that comes with that you get the recognition of it being a Kickstarter project. But because this is something on a smaller scale, and I wanted to make as much as I could off of just the people who want to donate, who've been very gracious to donate as much as they can so far. I hugely appreciate that. I decided to go with this side. And the reason I also didn't want to go with Patreon, which is another, option, I did consider that too, but I realized that it wouldn't quite fit with exactly what I'm trying to go for here. It would work better if I was putting all my focus into my YouTube stuff and, how often I've been putting that, stuff out every week or whatever. But with this, it's a finite, amount of product that I'm going to be doing, and not whenever I come out with something like a lot of the other animators, colleagues and friends of mine who use it. And it's worked great for them, so it's fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. But for me personally, and for what I'm trying to do here, I felt like it wasn't exactly a good fit. So I decided ultimately to go with GoFundMe, and I hope that that's okay with people. Next question. What if I can't pay because of the fact that it's GoFundMe? People have been asking about, can they donate through PayPal or checks or money orders or whatever. For right now, I'm just mainly to be able to keep track of everything. I'm trying to keep it specifically to donations made through the GoFundMe. However, like I mentioned before, I'm alluding to these auctions, which are going to be starting tomorrow. I will be adding the amount of money that we raise from the auctions into the total that we make on the GoFundMe page. In maybe by the end of the month, if we're close to reaching the goal, and maybe just there's a lot of people who want to donate that still just are not able to through the page, I might open it up to PayPal donations just to make it easier. But for the meantime, I'm just trying to focus on having it be easy for me to keep track of all the information, all the rewards I have to give out, and all the different things to people. So it would be really convenient to me, to me personally, if you could stick with GoFundMe for now, if that's not too much trouble. But I'll keep you posted on if that changes, and if there will be other ways for you to pay and to donate and everything. So regarding the rewards, next let's go over some of that. So how do I get my information to you, or rather you to me? You know what I mean? Okay, so here's the thing. This is the easiest way that we can kind of make this all go smoothly. So when you make your donation, say if you haven't donated yet, you're thinking about it and you want to do it. What you can do is when you make your donation, you're allowed to send a little message along with it. If your reward includes a background character, what you can do is link me any reference images if you have them uploaded somewhere on like PhotoBucket or Imager or your Twitter somewhere, or I don't know, or if you have a DeviantArt profile, there's pictures on there, whatever you want. The easiest way for me to make it go smoothly is for you to link me pictures and give any additional details onto like, you can change this part about it or do this and that or whatever with it. And if it's just a written description, you can just give me the description right there in the message, right there. Works perfectly fine. So if that do me a huge favor if you just do it that way. Works perfectly fine. And then also if you have a voice request, you can also just list the same thing. You can list the description for what you want, what character you want, what you want them to say, etc. Right in the description of the message that you send me when you make your donation. Having that all together in that message works perfectly fine, and then I can just mark it all down in my little Google document where I have everybody marked for what the rewards are and what I have to do for them, etc. So that's how that works. And and then also for if those of you who pay for the $150 tier and get the exclusive T-shirt, I will already have your mailing address labeled down when you make your donation, so don't worry about that. I will have it good to go, and I'll get to when the rewards are going to be given out. I'll talk about that in just a moment. In the meantime, more information about the rewards. Can I get a separate image of my background character? For right now, I'm not doing individual ones, but I plan on making little image compilations of a whole bunch of different background characters when I go through say like a page's worth of them or whatever. So if keep an eye on like my Tumblr, or I might even update them here on the GoFundMe page or something. If you want to grab that and maybe take the little snippet of your character that's in the picture, as you can make that into like an icon or whatever you want to do with it. But for the time being, it's a little too time consuming to make individual images and especially GIFs of each of the individual characters. I got a lot of them that I have to make, as I'm sure you can probably imagine. So I apologize, but I will make it so you can be able to get it. by probably compiling them all together into one big picture. So hopefully that will be enough to satisfy. Next, how long can the voice request be for if you donate for a tier where you can get a voiceover recording request from one of the characters in Tome? The general rule I'm going with is maybe as long as, like, the character is singing a song, we're fine with song requests, but not like them reading a novel, not something super, super long and drawing and intense like that, just because, these actors are very gracious in that they're lending their time and their support, to do this for free as a reward tier. And, so I just don't want to run them too ragged. So yeah, if you want, like, the longest I would imagine is maybe like a song request. If you want, somebody had me just do, Kerber for singing the nations of the world recently. So I did that. And, so if you want something like that, like, that's fine. That's not too difficult or whatever. But yeah, just so like maybe at the most, like that length. Hopefully that's satisfying. Okay, next. Now, finally, I'm going to talk about the auctions. People have been asking about, I want to do a voice of my character. I want to do a voice in the show. Do you have any voices open? Okay. The voices that we have open in the show are going to be, again, these 5 special auctions that will be taking place on eBay. At the time that I'm posting this video, this should be coming out on Saturday, May 3rd. And on May 4th, Sunday, at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, there will be the first of these 5 auctions. The winners of these auctions will be getting a background character, just like, the normal reward tier, and their background character will have a speaking line. In episode 11 specifically, which is going to have a couple little incidental bits where, like, I won't spoil what the material is, but basically there's going to be a couple parts where some background characters will be saying something, and I'm saving those specifically for people who are going to be donating. So there's that. So if you win one of those auctions, you will get the chance to do it. I'm sorry, the new characters that will be coming out and all the other characters, who are already being played by their original actors and some of the new actors that I have coming on to play some of the new characters, everything is filled up. I'm very sorry, and I know a lot of people want to get in on that, but this is the best way that you can is if you win one of these auctions. So if you want to maybe save your money, if you haven't donated already and you want to try going for that, feel free. And also if you lose, you can still get a background character cameo by donating to the GoFundMe page, because those are separate rewards. So it's, but again, like I said before, I'm going to be adding the total that we made for each of the auctions. I'm going to be adding the amount of money that's made off of those, into the total that we make off of the GoFundMe page. So just, be aware of that, and it'll all work out, and hopefully that should be enough to satisfy. All right, next question. When do we get our rewards? Okay, so this will depend on different things. The background characters, obviously they won't be appearing until episode 11 comes out, which, hasn't been made yet. So that'll be, whenever I get the chance to finish it and put it out, you will see them in the episode. And of course, some of them will also be spread across some of the other episodes as well. So you might see them in there. Yeah, so that's kind of speaks for itself, but you also might see them if I do these kind of image compilations of all the different ones. You'll see them there. The voiceover requests I will get to you as soon as possible, as soon as I can get them recorded by the individual actors. So if you order one from me, you'll probably get it right away because I'll just record it right then and there. But for the ones of the other characters, it'll be whenever I can get them to record it, which I'm sure will be within the month. So, don't worry, it wouldn't be too long of a wait or anything. And the T-shirts, I plan on shipping those out as soon as either they're all done, like all of the $150 tiers are all completed, or probably when the month is over, just so I can have Level Up Studios kind of ship everything out all together in one big spurt. So yeah, but I will make sure that everybody gets everything that they need within time. So please trust me on that. Okay, and the last question, this is a big one. People have been asking, why 6 episodes specifically? Obviously, the first season was 10 episodes and 7 shorts. That's quite a bit of material. So I'm going to try to talk about this as carefully as possible without spoiling anything. But so I went through a lot of different ideas for exactly what I wanted to do after I finished the first season. I considered a lot of different ways to continue the story. I considered maybe looking into doing a game, which I decided to wait until I have more experience in actual game design before I jump into doing like that. I hope that doesn't disappoint too many people, but if I were to ever do a Tome game, I want it to be something good, and I don't feel like I'm ready to be able to do something of that big of a scale. then the next idea I considered was maybe doing a movie that would be sort of like the finale to the story. But in trying to formulate it, I realized that it was just kind of compressing things too much, and it wasn't quite flowing things in the way that I wanted it to, and I didn't really like it. So I felt, you know what, this isn't really going to work. I don't really like this. So I decided to scrap that idea. And so I decided to ultimately do what I originally intended, which was just making a second season. The end of the first season, I guess, hopefully this isn't necessarily spoiling anything, but this is kind of giving you a grander scheme of what I came up with from the beginning. The end of season 1 is about the halfway point or so of what I originally set out to do when I came up with the entire story, all the way back in 2009 or so, when I first started conceptualizing this sort of incarnation of the show. So I thought about it a lot, and I wanted to do more than this. But here's the thing. I feel like these 6 episodes that I've written, they're all scripted and ready to go. I really like how they've turned out. They're fantastic. Liz Losi, the script supervisor, and I have been going over it, and they're really happy with how they've been turning out. I'm really excited to get into them. They surmise the rest of the story that I originally intended to tell. With a few tweaks and changes here and there based on stuff that that changed over time, behind the production. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's the story that I wanted to tell from beginning to end. These additional 6 episodes will complete the story that I originally came up with. I don't know what would come after that. If there would be anything else within this incarnation that would come after that, I don't know. But that's kind of the basic idea that I have for doing stuff. So there is that, and so I know it's not as many as the previous, but they're all really solid episodes. They're all really relevant to the big overarching story that I wanted to tell. There's a lot of really cool stuff that happens in them that I'm really excited to finally animate and put out there and show to you guys. So I hope that that's not too disappointing that it's going to be 6 instead of 10. If I had all the time and all the money in the world, honestly, I would do 1 million episodes. I had so many. Liz and I and a lot of my friends and stuff, we come up with so many like fun ideas for other additional filler episodes and things that I'd love to do. But I mean, this kind of focuses as much as possible on the main arc that I wanted to complete. And that's the most important thing to me that I want to get out there and do. That's the main goal. So I hope that you'll understand. I hope that you'll enjoy the ride for what it is. I'm gonna do my absolute best, as I always am, to push the scope of what I do and do better and better and up the production quality and make it just more and more awesome. I really think I was able to do that, especially with the first season. Like each episode, I think successively got bigger and better as I went along. At least I hope so. And I definitely want to do that with the second season as well. That's really what I intend to do. With each successive episode is do something like bigger and better and more awesome and engaging, and I hope you like it. I really, really do. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can cover. So in the meantime, go check out the GoFundMe page. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Feel free to hit me up over Twitter, Tumblr, the Facebook page, etc., all the usual stuff. And if you get the chance, of course, go check out TOME Episode 7. Speaking of Liz, she and I worked really hard on that episode. I think you'll like it a lot. Go check out part 1 of that, which is up on YouTube. You can go see that from the link here. And that's about it. So in the meantime, and tomorrow, again, keep an eye out on the GoFundMe page and all the different social media platforms and everything. I'll be giving links to the first of the 5 eBay auctions if you want to bid to get a speaking line character in Tome Season 2. And, if you haven't donated or if you can't, even just spreading the word, watching the show, continuing to help is doing me a big favor, and I really appreciate it. And, let's do this, guys and gals. I hope we can really do this. I hope we can make something awesome, and I need your help. So that's it. Have a great one, and thank you for listening so much.